Welcome to episode 39 of Words of Wisdom. I'm your host, Minerva Maharajh. Today I want to share with you 3 tools to support you during a release. So maybe you are doing a lot of processing, you're feeling a lot of emotions, maybe you're feeling the emotional uproar and storms within you, and you may be aware you're releasing something and going through something, or you may be unconscious to the fact that there's a lot of energy going around. Sometimes this happens, or often this happens during a full moon. It can also happen if you are doing internal work, you're working with a coach, you're doing therapy, you have a new insight, you're releasing something, you're healing something. And the effects of that, when you're doing the internal work, when you are releasing, when you are processing emotions, when energies are moving around within you, an effect of that are some symptoms of feeling tired, of feeling drained, of feeling like you need to rest, and feeling like you need to be nurtured. And there's a lot. It can be emotionally draining and mentally and physically draining as well. So I wanted to offer you some tools of what to do to support yourself during the release. And then when I talk about release, the release of emotions, release of limiting beliefs, if you had a new aha, a new awareness about yourself, maybe you're going through a breakup, there's some changes in your life. Anytime you're doing an internal work, there's processing of emotions, there's moving of energy, and you need to support yourself with that in order to move through that and see the quote unquote light at the end of the tunnel. The most important thing is that you embrace it and nurture it versus trying to resist it and shut it down. You need to allow these emotions and this energy to process and move its way out of the body. A limiting belief alone can hold energy in the body. Unresolved emotional issues can hold trauma in the body. And anytime we're holding on to a belief, a perception, a memory, an experience in the body, or a way of being, a habit, when we're breaking a habit, the energy is stored in the body. And so when we are releasing that, it's natural to feel tired, to feel a shift, to even experience physical symptoms of headaches, nausea, tiredness, insomnia. It's possible when you're processing emotions and when energy is moving and there's a lot opening up on the conscious level for it to affect you physically. So I just wanted to offer these tools to help support you and to help nurture yourself during this time, during the release. So tip number 1 that I have for you is drink a lot of water. Be with water. You bring in the element of water in your life. So it could be drinking water, taking a long shower, taking a bath if you can with Epsom salts is great. Even being near water, the clashing of waves releases negative ions in the air, which can help decrease symptoms of depression, sadness, any heaviness. It's powerful to be near water. So if you just go by the lake, go for a walk, even just sitting by the lake, that can help. Anything you can do to flush out the emotions, to allow the energy, to support the energy to make its way out of the body. And that's what emotions are, is energy in motion. Well, if we use water, that helps to cleanse and clear and allow it to flow as it's supposed to. Emotions flow. It's like a wave. And so whatever you're feeling right now, just know it won't last. It doesn't have to last. You can support it and it's going to move just like the waves. And it could, when it moves out of the body, that's where you feel the lightness and the openness and the spaciousness of what was taking up space in the body, in the mind, in the heart, in the soul, and your energy field. Removing that dense energy opens up this spaciousness and this lightness and this expansion, and you stepping into higher consciousness. So in the process, it feels uncomfortable. If you may get emotional, you may feel physical symptoms, you may feel that resistance, but the best thing you can do is just nurture yourself during this time. And water is, I find, the number one way to do that. Or it could be the number one thing, but I find it works for me to be number one, but maybe one of these other tools that I'm offering may be more impactful for you. So tool number 2, rest. That's one thing we find really hard to do as a society, is to rest, is to slow down. We always think we need to do more, work harder in order to achieve. But part of success and part of this recipe, part of this releasing requires you to rest. You may just need to nap. You may just need to lay down on the couch. You may need to block out your day, literally schedule it in your calendar. If you're like me, I have a whole Google calendar and everything is blocked out. And sometimes I forget to block out rest. And it's so important. And when you give yourself that, it gives you the opportunity to process and allow your mind, body, and soul to recalibrate and regenerate. So giving yourself that rest and not feeling guilty for it. This is all part of the process, and this is what's going to support you in the release and help this energy and emotions to be processed in a healthy way and not stay stuck in your being. Number 3 is nurture yourself. What makes you feel cared for? Give yourself that. Just like how we would take care of a child, they need water, they need food, they need a hug. Nurture yourself. Give yourself that. The same way you would love a child, you need to start loving yourself. And instead of judging yourself or being hard on yourself, well, I'm going through this is another hard time. No, if you listen to my last episode, this is all part of the process. This is all part of the growth. And during this time, how can you mother yourself? How can you nurture yourself? Is that literally giving yourself a hug. I literally do that sometimes. We need touch. Touch is so important. It releases those feel-good endorphins. I think it's endorphins. It releases those feel-good hormones. So literally touch can help and a hug can help. If you can't get it from someone else, give it to yourself. Some other things, maybe it is just reading a book, maybe it's lighting a candle, maybe it's journaling, anything that's nurturing to you. And sometimes it's just simply closing your eyes and tuning into your heart and asking yourself, what do I need in this moment? And then giving yourself that. That's the important thing in building a relationship with yourself, is not only tuning in and listening, hearing it, but it's acting on it and honoring yourself for that. So those are my 3 tips for you. Incorporate water, rest, and nurture yourself. Give yourself what you need. And you'll notice by doing all of this, it'll help this process of releasing these emotions, releasing this energy, everything that's going on in the world and your environment. And what happens monthly during a full moon, we tend to release what no longer serves us. And that could feel uncomfortable and a bit of emotional uproar. And so it's important to embrace it and support ourselves, and you do that by nurturing yourselves in this way. So I hope one of these three things spoke to you. So let me know what speaks to you the most. Are you feeling the intensity of the energies, especially in August with the Lion Gate and the portals and everything that's releasing in the higher consciousness, everything that's happening right now in the world and around you? Embrace these emotions, honor them, and nurture yourself. And that's what's going to help you release this in a healthy way and open up to greater consciousness and step into the truth of who you are. This is all part of the process to return to your true self. I hope this speaks to you. Let me know below. Sending so much love and light to you.